Hello everybody, it's Leela.
And Beau.
And welcome back to my channel.
My channel.
Today, we are going to discuss Queendom Season 2, Episode 5. Wholesome.
Welcome to the Wholesome Dome.
Wholesome.
You're about to get wholesome tied on your head. It's wholesome time. It's wholesome time.
Before we begin, thank you for clicking on this video and listening. If you
Thanks.
do.
Oh, you're so nice.
If you would like to hear more of our recaps of Queendom episodes, please subscribe. They are uploaded every Saturday.
Yes.
And please leave a comment to contribute to the discussion.
Don't be a
we'd love
noob,
to
but
hear
leave a
from you.
comment, noobs.
Okay. So for today's episode, we're going to discuss the unit round group workshop with the dance teams and the vocal teams. And then we have a Reddit discussion of the day, which is about wholesomeness. We all need some good vibes.
The theme for this one should be
Good
those who were smart enough to not volunteer to dance or vocalize, so they can just chill out for a while. You know, like.
No, they made them do manual labor.
That's better. It's a totally different thing. I'm sure people were like, "Oh, this is nice."
Okay, are you ready to get into it?
Sure,
the workshop.
Kid. Sure.
Okay. We'll start with the dance representatives. I split it up into who the representatives are and then who their teams ended up being. So how this round works is that each group sends representatives for either vocal and dance, and then when they're there, everyone is split up into 3 teams for 3 separate performances, and then whoever, of those 3 teams wins, each of their groups gets points, a lot of points actually.
Yeah.
For this, so it's like pretty, whoever wins this could like really flip their rankings.
Now, to discuss the elephant in the room, somebody did bring up just today on the subreddit saying how unfair it was. They thought that a large group could send more people and stuff. So
I don't think it's unfair.
I think it's a bit strange, but what I think it is just look at it like kind of a representative thing. If he said you can send 1/4 of your group, then everybody would have had similar. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like he just said, send as many as you want. And it was kind of like
if you feel that way, I think you're thinking about this round a little bit wrong. Because having more people doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be more impactful.
Well, it could be the opposite.
A duo can be extremely impactful.
Well, but with 4 people, you could have a chance to help each other out. There's a give and a take on that.
We'll get to the vocal round in a minute, but with one of the points that Luna made with relation to the vocal round is why would anyone want to team with them? There's so many of them, and then the part division for a song would be even less. But anyway. So I don't think that that's necessarily an advantage.
Yeah, I think people will. My point is,
as you can see here, Luna sent 4 members. They sent quite a bit more than everyone else. To each team, they sent 4 and 4.
So they brought 8 people out of 13.
Brave Girl sent 1, Vivi's 2, Kepler 3, WGSN 2. So Luna sent the most.
How many's total in here? I can't remember, but I wonder if more people went dance than singing, because singing is. Some people are more
everybody
confident.
sent the same amount to each.
Okay.
Except for Vivi's, who, since they're 3, they sent 2 to here and then 1 to vocal.
Yeah, but I do think it's a little strange feeling that some got to send more, but at the same time,
they didn't get to. That was their choice.
Yeah, if you had a group of 13 and they only got to send 1 person, it is a bit. To me, like I said, it feels a bit like a representative thing where you're kind of sending your people to Congress. You get more congressmen per population kind of thing.
As I said, I don't think it's an advantage necessarily to have
either.
More, and I think it was entirely their choice, and that was the choice they made.
It is a good point to bring
Kepler
up,
could have sent more, WGSN could have sent more, but they didn't
But Helen could only send 1, so it's kind of like, that maybe they should all did, and
Helen has to do both, so
she doesn't have to. She chose to.
She... both has the most work, but also potentially the most advantage if she wins both.
Well, we'll talk about Helen. In a moment,
these are the representatives. Thus far. So once they, met everyone and hung out, and we saw who the representatives were for the dance teams. There are 3 songs. So for this, they didn't choose their song or make their choreography. It's pre-made for them. Mm. And I think they're unique songs. I don't think these are covers or anything. I think they're made for the show.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure, though.
So there's 3 songs that have choreography made for them, and they got to see previews of it. One is a song called Desire that's a bit more of like a slower, sexy,
Well, from what we saw,
modern dance-ish vibe.
From what we
is
saw,
what I got,
was,
the
yes.
vibe. Purr, which is like a, sassy, sexy hip-hop twerk song.
Yeah, there's some twerking going on.
And Kaboom.
Hikaru, no.
Kaboom, which is like a powerful hip-hop song. So everyone was like trying to avoid Desire, and for me, I didn't understand that, because in a representative round, you want to do something that's out of your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if this is more of an artsy,
It looked like...
slightly slower,
Yeah.
emotional, pretty thing.
Yeah, it looked like
I
the choreographer,
it was
who
a
is the
really good
woman who
choice.
looks like she's going to murder everybody. She's the one yelling at him in the preview. She's the one who choreographed Desire, because she's yelling at
That's right.
So she's
She was in
a
the Dolce
hard ass,
Gabbana.
and she's a very fancy, known choreographer. So I don't think that she
What was her
made something
name?
that
It
was
was
boring. She made something that was interesting
No.
and different. So it might be again to her advantage.
Again, we only saw
So-
like brief snippets, and my impression of the style may be wrong based off what I saw, but yeah.
This is
Yeah.
why in the preview clip they show her yelling at Luna and Unji from Brave
She
Girls.
was making them stretch.
She
and
was
stuff.
right, but she was also yelling at him, making him cry and stuff. They
Yeah,
put
she made
Hyolan
him
in
cry.
there, like Hyolan is. She's the choreographer's like,
Hyolan
I've
wasn't
been
in
doing this
there.
for 10 years, and but if you watch the preview, if I remember correctly, they make it look like Hyolan's responding to her, like what, like this little.
She's not even in that team.
That's what I know, but you as a dumb viewer like we are, we just go, oh my gosh, get on the subreddit and file a petition, file a petition.
But that choreographer did make Luna cry. Well, we haven't seen that part yet. It's next week.
I mean,
but
I could be
she
wrong
was
because
yelling. She was doing some yelling.
I had a few drinks, but I
Again,
could not remember
the-
correctly. But I believe they make her look like she's in there.
choreographers for each of these were the teams from Street Woman Fighter. We didn't watch Street Woman Fighter,
But we
I'm
know
like-
they were good. We
I'm
saw
like-
a lot about them though.
I didn't watch it. I'm mildly familiar with
I actually watched
them.
2 or 3 sections of it. It's
Yeah.
really interesting. Like it's hard.
I
It's
didn't
very
like
hard.
the mean girl vibe of Street Woman
It's just
Fighter. That's not my...
they don't mean it.
I should watch
It's-
it, though. I should
and it's
go
very
back.
tame. It's
Because
not like over here where they pull hair. And
I
stuff.
know them just because it was so popular, and like Honey J did a thing with Wonho, she was like really funny.
Yeah, they were good. Yeah.
They were so cute together, and I was like, okay, I need to like watch Street Woman Fighter.
You know what?
Anyway,
Yeah.
so they all made these. Luna like wanted Purr, and then they got bumped off Purr to Kaboom, and then they got bumped off of Kaboom to Desire. So Luna like
Right, and of course,
didn't have-
Unji from Brave Girls was in Desire, thinking
She
nobody
picked
liked
it.
her or whatever.
she picked it.
I know,
though, which
but
I don't
it was
think is
like
a wrong choice.
No,
Why
no,
does
no.
everyone act like this was the bad song?
It's not. That's what I'm saying. This is you see so many basic like psychologists could watch this show and be like,
Yeah.
at this point, this is called this that. You are convinced you're feeling something because the world is coming in when actually everything is good. So I think she'll blend really well with 4 of Luna, because Luna is powerful, good dancers, and Yunji's a great dancer. So I think it'll work great. I think the whole
think
thing
it'll
with
be
the
good.
lady yelling at him and making him cry and stuff is just some drama
Just for
they
show.
added in there. You know?
Everybody wanted Purr for some reason. I was a little surprised by Vivi's going for Purr, like
You know.
Unji twerking. Like
They're not. It doesn't guarantee that everybody twerks. Maybe some people do not
she's gonna
twerk.
twerk.
I mean,
I've never seen.
I like how she's like. I like how she's like. I don't know.
Sydney
Do I know how
has,
to?
maybe.
Do I know how to twerk? And there are girls like it's just in reverse, meaning a body roll in reverse. You do your butt first or whatever.
And then of course Hikaru wanted to do it.
No.
Young lady, you're going to your room.
No.
I think Kepler, of course, will kill that song. I just think it was kind of a funny choice for them.
This, by the way, I had 3 main points about this episode that I remember really remembering, and the 3 main points that really kind of stuck with me. And the first one was why Hikaru. You can see in this episode in particular, it's kind of subtle and stuff, but why Hikaru is she's on everybody's mind, and she's 17 years old.
Yeah.
All the older idols were like, "Oh, I'm such a Hikaru's so cool and stuff. I can't wait for her to rap." It's because she has, as you watch her through these episodes, she has such an earnest. She's just honest and sweet, but she is all about. She's not embarrassed. She's not embarrassed of work.
Yeah.
And there's a part at the beginning where she's asking Yeso, or it might be in their preview when they're watching the previews in another separate video where they're watching their playback. And she's like, Yeso's like, yeah, Hikaru kept asking me, do I do this? Do I do this?
Yeah.
And granted, idols do that to each other, and then when the one little clip where they're speaking English in the van and Hikaru's learning English,
That's
I'm like,
unrelated to this.
I know, but what I'm saying is everything she puts her mind to, she's going to be. It reminds reminds me a lot of Hyolan in that way, and why I think she just has something people can't explain. But in the dance stuff, they're sitting there and she's sitting up all up straight and Hyolan's like, no, relax a little bit. You don't need to, you don't need to sit like, you're gonna worship me or something. And then what the cutest part was when Dion was explaining that shouting.
Yeah,
it was a great dance. I've been doing it 9 years, and she's explaining slowly to shouting so that shouting can understand. Right. And their car was like, yeah, she got prizes from the world or something like that. Like, like some, I don't quite know how it was, but they were all thought it was cute. And it's like
they were bragging on her.
This is how Hikaru. She's gonna tear this up, and she's 17 years old. Now, if you compare all the ages on here, she's probably the youngest.
Probably.
And there's literally Hyolan who is, a couple decades over, maybe not a couple decades, but 30 something. But what I'm saying, and also she's been at this business for probably 15 years with training and everything. And yet she's going to be able to keep up with that level. If she was on Hyolan's team, she would totally keep up with it.
I did kind of want Hyolan to be with Hikaru and Kepler, but she chose Kaboom with WJSN. I think the three of them are going to be a surprising little powerhouse team.
Yeah, no, the Yorm's fine, and Yunso is going to be great too. I think a lot of people sleep on WJSN in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Then now they're finding out, just like they found out in the first Queendom and stuff, they found out, that artist I heard about, but I didn't know they were that good. That WJSN has amazing vocals. Now they have dance, they have good rap, they're all beautiful.
They're also the entertainers of the show too. Unso is freaking hilarious, and I was saying we didn't know them well coming into this, but we're getting to know them through this. I was like, why is Unso not in Chakome? Because she is the funniest, cutest individual.
She's always Chakome. The Chakome people, that's their outlet for that. I was like,
why isn't she in the Chakome subunit? Because she is so funny and loud.
I'm just saying that there's moments sometimes you just go, no, you spelled Olivia wrong. I just noticed, by the way, Oliva.
Excuse my typing. It's early, and I didn't.
There's just moments, and that was one of the first things I remember thinking. Look at Hikaru. She's just this little kid, really. She really is a kid, and she's
awesome.
Within 12 months of coming here, 11 months of coming here, she's on the stage with the biggest acts in K-pop, and it's a good thing. It's really good. So that's just all I was saying about that. Is this dance? I get excited about the vocal stuff, but I always know it's going to be inspirational and pretty and but dance is something that people don't quite give it the artistic merit. It is art, and I'm excited to see what they're going to be doing with it. But
it's going to be fun.
I think in the end, I think
teams turned out actually pretty good.
Yeah, I think they'll all do great, but I think Desire might do the best because that is such a strong.
That's my
dance
prediction.
line.
That's my prediction.
They all kind of match each other's
Sleeper
vibe.
hit. Nobody wanted that song. It's the storyline. But I think that actually Luna should give themselves more credit, and then this will stretch what they're used to doing, and that they'll actually do a really good job. And Eunji too, getting a chance to
because
finally
Per
share
we've kind of seen a similar vibe a lot before, and that's cool. It's good stuff, but it's a bit. So I don't know. I think Desire might surprise people on how it kind of moves.
It's
people.
my prediction. Anything else on dance?
No, I can't wait to see this. It's gonna be so good.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So for vocal, these were the representatives that were sent from each team. Luna also sent 4 again, so there's a lot of them. Kepler sent Younghoon and Chaehyun, which I think is awesome. Brave Girls sent Minyoung. Eunha went to hear from Vivi's, and then Yoonjung and Sumin,
who are killers,
sleeper power
killers. I think they're the best singers there.
I think so.
And they're heads of.
Aside from Hyolan, I think the best ones Hyolan, Minyoung, and Yoon.
They have a smoothness though that is just a natural thing. It's kind of funny because I didn't send. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting her name from Chokame because she has Bora's voice. Where she could belt it out
Subin
too.
Instead of Dayoung, I think Dayoung has just such a unique voice. It kind of overlaps with Eunha, like that kind of cute.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah.
So I could have seen them sending her as well.
Eunha's not confident
but Subin,
and stuff, and this so.
They said was kind of like their underrated.
Yeah, no, you need to send something, but you want to do something that people don't expect. Like sending Chan, we expected from Kepler. Singing Young, and I expected, but I kind of thought. Well, no, she's not really. And then I thought, well,
I kind of would have loved to see her with dance, but it's okay.
Exactly. But then I thought, well, who else would they send besides Chan? Because they all can sing.
Yeso.
Don't get me wrong. Yeso would be cute. She's a really good singer.
But
Younggin's
okay.
got a cool voice.
It's good choices, I think, for the team.
Yeah. So then the next is the teams
so
they formed.
They picked their teams similarly. Like you could just go and like pick your partner, but they get to pick their song instead of being assigned a song, so they can choose whatever song that they want to do. So it's a bit different in that way.
Which I guess it makes sense because with dance you'd have to rearrange it and you wouldn't have enough time.
Yeah,
that would be
quicker.
too
And you can
much.
learn to sing a song much quicker than you can.
Well, it's already arranged
come up
for
with choreography
you.
And pick a song.
In the same way that a dance is already arranged for you, so is a song. It's the same kind of vibe.
So there was some like going back and forth, and Luna, as I mentioned earlier, were saying, maybe in vocal they don't want to team with us because there's so many of us that the line distribution you would have less of a chance to shine.
Yeah.
Being with Luna. But Kepler wanted to be with Luna. They wanted to be together. So there's 6 of them in that team, which is basically a group.
Yeah, but I think that Kepler might have even maybe subconsciously thought they could kind of
Kepler's together.
Well, they don't have as much experience as some of the singers. They're not necessarily going to hit those Hyul and Minyoung notes. Mm-hmm. So with Luna can help them out. They're
I think
similar
they
ages
blend
and stuff.
together really well, and there was a good choice for them to be together. Extreme bias on my part. They chose the song EXO song "Don't Go." I love that song so much.
Yeah, it's got a really nice chorus.
It's beautiful, sad. It's the concert song.
It's not a.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's not a.
So
it doesn't have
good.
a massive bunch of high notes where they.
No, it
it's
doesn't
just a
have
nice,
a bunch
pretty
of like
song.
super power high note, power ballad, riffing, anything like
it's
that.
Good for
it's
them.
Pretty mellow, like mid. And I think that it suits them really well. They performed it they did like an end of day check-in, and everyone performed their vocal songs. I thought it sounded beautiful. I thought of everyone in that team, Chaeyoung stood out a lot. Like,
but she has the most unique voice.
I was like, oh wow! Like,
yeah, but the thing is,
stood out a lot.
The thing is with Luna is they're packed full of people who can rap, dance, sing.
Mm-hmm.
And they're so for some reason they're
as well.
No, but they're very good vocalists.
They're good.
The thing is that they have a tightness. That's why they're able to go right into harmonies and stuff. And that's the advantage of a Luna team is they've kind of subconsciously probably formed little groups of here's the 4 favorite singers who like to sing together. And I bet if they did a live show, they'd probably break off in little groups because you have so many. But like I said, Youngin and Chan didn't think let's go hide in a big group. But once they got with Luna, it felt good to have that support structure because they do have raw talent, young talent, of course, especially Chaeyoung, but they don't have the stage experience. You might get a little nervous, and Luna, I think having that group is a little bit more comforting too.
We'll talk about Minyoung and Hyun last because I have the most to say there. Vivi's Eunha was like picked last for the teams, and she was feeling pretty bad about it, but ended up with Yeonjung and Subin and her. I think the 3 of them each have a very distinct, different color to their voices, so that I think that they together will be very nice. They'll complement each other very nicely.
They're going to be great.
I don't remember what they sang because they couldn't pick a song. They were flipping back and forth and said, for End of Day Today, let's sing this. I don't remember what it was,
song,
and I wasn't familiar with it.
Yeah.
So they might even change their mind before the actual thing, so I just didn't put it down because I don't
remember
the
they
song.
can always do that.
And they have Yoonjung, so they have the power.
Well, they have, like with the EXO Don't Go team, I said it's very possible they switch it because they were talking about the other song.
I don't want them to switch it. Please don't switch
I don't think they will, but remember in Queendom first they did that. They didn't want to show their hand. With Hyolyn and Brave Girls or Minyoung in a second, we'll talk about in a second. I think they're keeping that one obviously because it takes so much longer to get a song like that down. It's very hard. But with Vivi's, Yoona and Subin and Youngjung can do a lot of different stuff. And any of the hard carry, high note stuff, Youngjun's going to be able to knock it out.
She can just deadlift this whole team.
the goal of Eunha and Subin, who are both good singers, going to hit the note stuff, but they're not Youngjun's level of
power.
Belting.
Yeah, belt.
Is to back her. You're giving her the ammo. You're carrying her along.
We didn't also mention the Luna and Kepler team harmonized really well, and they just did it really easily. I thought that was.
That's what I said. That's because there's such a. I
love vocal round.
There's a reason people wanted to be with Luna and stuff is not only because of their qualities, but you can tell they just have a tightness. They get along. It's everything about them is just really kind of rare to see in such a large group. So
and then Hyolyn had like her pick. She could be with whoever she wanted because she came last.
Which was it was kind of out of order how they did it.
It was a bit confusing, And she specifically picked both a song from, is it Bowl 4, Bola? I don't know what the name of the group. It's Bowl 4.
Was it a girl group or boy group?
Yeah, it's a group. It's a group. It's 2 women.
Oh, is it? Okay,
yeah.
Nice.
They sing like kind of slower songs.
Pretty
like,
stuff.
Yeah. And Hyolyn specifically picked out that song with Minyoung in mind. It was like called like To My Youth or something, and it was like about being sad and like missing your youth.
Well,
it's a very sad, sweet song about going,
cry.
Thinking of your youth and growing up and getting older. Because the 2 of them are the same age, they're grown women, and she wanted to be with her too because, like, I've said since the beginning that I could tell that Minyoung was a great singer, even in
Everybody
Brave Girls and
knows
everything.
that.
But coming into this, that she was really, really good. I think her confidence has taken a knock because they've ranked so low.
I also think that
go ahead.
as a group, maybe their management has not always been the kindest to them and letting them really do. I'm seeing, and especially after they got the success, that what's his name wanted to probably just keep recreating that kind of sound. And that's why in the preview, Hyolyn says, "I think you just haven't had the opportunity to do more of this." But this is of the 3 main points that I had during the show. This was number 2, and that was why has Hyolyn done what she's done this whole time? And there's a lot of ways to look at it. She's the only one who can say for sure. But, excuse me, first thing, picks her rival as Kepler. Why? Why Kepler? To be different, because it's the youngest, to be fresh, to connect with the kids. Hey, kids, hello, fellow kids. You know what I'm saying? Then, second, why did she pick Luna? I think it might have been.
She's like just brilliant.
I think she's going for songs that she went for Kepler because she knew that would be kind of an interesting water cooler thing to speak about.
The senior and
the youngest. That's what I think. And it's just a quirky thing, and she does what her gut tells her. She went for Luna because they had a wide variety of songs that she could probably cover whatever her mood, and which she proved. She did this, and you're thinking, okay, is she doing it because she's feeling sorry for you? No. She would be very angry if you told her that. Just like because then you'd be like saying that Minyoung is deserving of feeling sorry for her. That's absolutely not it. Did she do it because of the optics? Her and felt they're both the same age. They can both speak on this topic with this song and stuff like that. I do find it a little funny that she came along with all these ideas and like, here's what we're gonna do, and Minyoung was like, whatever. Minyoung didn't have much to put into it, but that's again because Hyolyn, I believe, has a good.
She has a strategy.
She has a good eye for people. She knew that Minyoung would want to be pulled out of that, or at least she's trying to pull her out of that. So, everything that Hyolyn has done is, on one hand, she's really, really aware of this show and the reality of reality TV. Like, she's going to be edited, she's going to do, but she's also seemingly going completely with her gut, and I do believe that comes from the fact that her company or whatever maybe fosters an environment of people can say what's on their mind. Let's talk about this like adults. There's not just some dude CEO telling everybody what to do. Put the short shirt, pull up the skirt and put more makeup, that kind of crap. She's worked her ass off, and she's not nearly as famous as the Brave Girls, and internationally, nowhere near. I mean, they're maybe. Or even Luna. She's not nearly as probably famous as Luna, but she's been working and stuff so long, and she's been producing good stuff that experience is why she's doing well. Not only that, but she's not doing this, I am so nervous I'm going to like cry, that half these girls are doing because they've been told to, because they've been taught.
No, what I was thinking earlier is what I was thinking about this and thinking about her. I talked about it last time that I just like love her now, and her confidence is something that's just like so amazing to me. And for like when people think like, what is confidence? Like, what is it? What does it mean? Like, what is confidence? She exemplifies that word. She is comfortable with herself, and she has said, do I think this because I'm the best ever? No, it's not like that at all. But she is comfortable. She knows what she wants. She goes for it unapologetically, and is like strong in her opinions, but is not mean or whatever. And women are told you're supposed to be this little flower. You're supposed to like do what never rock the boat and like, you know,
it does happen.
Think back and if you are too strong, you'll be called a bitch and
or bossy or something.
Or bossy and things like that.
That's why when they put on, and I hate how they put on unpretty rap star. I'm like, why are you calling unpretty? I don't know if that's the women, fierce women about everybody's gonna be. It's like they want to make these women fight amongst each other.
Yeah.
But what the point that she is? Oh, sorry if you didn't finish your point there. Go for it.
And I'm just saying that like. I think she's navigated that difficulty being a woman in the industry and, you know, having been in the industry for a long time in a way that, like, I admire. What is confidence? Like, she exemplifies it. Yeah. And I think that that's the area where Min Young is struggling because, you know, they're the same age. They haven't been in the industry the same amount of time. And their paths have been different. But I love, too, that Hyolyn said to Min Young, look, I'm from a small/medium-sized company, too.
Yeah.
She was from Starship. They're not a big 3 company. That's no different than Brave Company. She's like, but, you know, I've been doing this. So, like, basically telling me, you don't need to have this inferiority complex because of what happened in your career or what happened in the past or where you are now. You have no reason to feel bad.
Well, and ironically...
That you aren't good enough. You are good enough.
Ironically, Min Young's from a group called Brave Girls. And the bravery is not... defining bravery doesn't mean that you have no fear. Bravery is having fear and overcoming it.
Yeah.
And doing what you think is right. Being kind, that's very brave in today's society. And I think what Hyolyn was basically doing wasn't feeling sorry for her. She was saying, no. When you're here with me, we're not going to play I got to be demure and I can't hit that. And I was like, yes, you can. We can hear it. She said
she was giving her just like a little bit of tough love, not in a harsh way or anything. But
but Min Young was needing
that. Her clearly.
Of course, we're reading a lot into 30 seconds of TV clips and whatever, but I think it's true because the stuff that Min Young has been through and the Brave Girls, they have a bit of a nervousness and stuff, whereas Hyolyn has approached this show as an opportunity, not that necessarily even get fame or whatever, but to show herself. And she showed every part she's shown of herself, at least what they've shown, because we know they show the bad stuff. It was there, has been fantastic. She's had moments of humor, moments where she's underconfident. That comes with age, experience, being through the grinder. But Min Young's been through the same grinder. Maybe even a bit more concentrated in a shorter amount of time. So what Hyolyn's just basically doing is giving her a bit of a gift. It's not you need a gift. I feel sorry for you, but it's like, hey, I think you're cool. You can hit this.
Aside from all of that, their song choice, excellent. It is such a beautiful song.
Well, I mean, you make the crowd cry.
So emotional, and they're gonna like make everybody cry. It's gonna be amazing. But you said
this too, and this is another point that I was saying though, is you said. And, you know, you basically said that, you know, she's kind of, this is really her jumping on a grenade in a way from you. You didn't mean it that way, like this is a grenade.
No, but like,
what you meant.
This is a gift. Like, she's going to give you these points,
but this was
you're going to win.
This is another bullet point in that question. Why is Hyolyn doing what she's doing? Is she doing this because she really is wanting to fall on a grenade in order to help her friend? Or is she doing it because she knows people like us will go, man, she's such a noble soul doing this to fall on her grenade for her friend? I think she's doing it because
it's the right choice.
Because it's the right choice, and because at minimum, they lose. They don't come in first, but they don't come in last and whatever. But she knows they have a good chance of winning if they make the audience cry, hit those high notes, and then guess what? Now she's going to be single-handedly, possibly saving. Brave Girls. In this ridiculous contest that kicks a group out. Why are you kicking a group out? There's no point. Nobody wants to see that. And nobody wants to see Brave Girls not only get not votes, but then also get booted.
No.
They would just make you sad. And then it's playing on TV over and over again. And so what Hyolyn's doing is, what I'm saying is, I bet she considers all of that. She is only a human. So she's saying, you know what? Maybe I should, blah, blah, blah. Maybe I can help her out. Blah, blah. But she wouldn't do it if she thought, she wouldn't do something that would sabotage her own chances. But because she's at a higher level and because she has the skills, the confidence like that, she can afford to fluctuate a bit. And this is what I've been saying since the beginning of the show. And I said it in GP999. I've always had this about K-pop. Stop letting perfection be the enemy of really good.
Yeah.
Like, Hyolyn has an ease about her now. She comes out and she owns a thing. She sings. It's not always absolutely perfect, whatever. But most of the time it's really good because she owns the moment. That's the gift she can give someone like a Min Young. You are more than a viral sensation, and she's a someone like a Hyolan for all these ladies and anybody getting into the industry, I'm sure, is an example of you will be my age one day. You will have my level of experience. Mm-hmm. You need to get cool with yourself somehow, or you will not last, or you'll be, you'll, God forbid you, drink too much or party or something. You've got to take care of yourself, and that's why I think she's so popular and might win the whole thing. It's because she's a leader. She's like Captain freaking America.
Yeah,
she really is. Captain America doesn't do what he does. Seriously, I couldn't stand Captain America.
Okay.
Seriously, I never liked that character, and then when I saw him in Avengers, he's the best character ever because he's not doing stuff because it's right or good. He's doing it because he has the opportunity to help somebody. You have to do that, or you're a jerk, kind of.
Yeah.
And Hyolan's saying, you know what? She's probably the only one who could hit the same kind of style of notes. What's her name? Yeah, Youngjun could probably hit them, and be a real power singer, Chaeyoung wouldn't be able to hit those power notes that Hyolan hits, where it's like a guttural, and she knows that Minyoung can do it.
Yep.
But Minyoung has got to, and it's just maybe she's just a bit shy or whatever. But Hyolan's not coming on strong and screaming at her and stuff. She's like, no, come on. Why are you not even trying before you saying you're going to make a mistake before you haven't even tried? That's like Jedi level stuff. She's doing a Yoda. She's like, there is no quit unless you try. I don't know how Yoda would say it, but hit the note. She's doing that, and that is what you want to see in an industry that chews, especially young ladies up, young people, and kicks them out. It gives them a temptation of fame and money and people loving you, and then grinds you up. And I love it. I absolutely love it.
Okay, that was the vocal teams in a very tangential discussion. Round 3 is actually made up of 2 parts. So the unit performances, which is what we are looking forward to next time. And then there's actually a fan choice song. We don't know anything about that yet.
I don't know what that is yet. I forgot all about that.
So in round 3, the groups have to perform their unit stuff, and then each group will do another song. So we'll learn more about what's happening there next time.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah. And our discussion for the day is about wholesome moments in the show. Because this episode was full of wholesome moments and no performances, so there's a lot to go on.
There's a bit of performance.
Did you have some comments? We didn't. This is from Reddit user Time for Midnight.
Time for Midnight.
I think we've quoted Time for Midnight before.
Probably.
Thank you, Time for Midnight, for making good discussions.
Free content. Well, I've been asking questions, but I just some of the comments come up. This also it was a post that reeked of desperation to have the vibes being brought. Yeah, you should probably go to bring the vibe of the room back to a good pitch, And let's see here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of read what she put as.
Bo's going to continue the discussion, and I'll be right back.
Yeah, there you go. Go doggy, go. So this is just what she wrote. They wrote. I'm sorry, and these are the moments that I think in my own head stuck out amazingly well. But I'm going to read the post actually. And what Time for Midnight said was, I've already started seeing a barrage of complaints about the XYZ in this episode. Talk about your favorite wholesome moments. Try not to just flood this with your biases. All the groups deserve a little love. Okay. So just a post literally designed just to put some examples of feel-good stuff. So the first one that Time for Midnight put was Unso taking care of Unha and that bug, one in Uni. So if you didn't see the episode, I'm sure you did, but if you don't remember, basically there's a moment where Unha is coming up. This is what I thought was cool, is they made them sit in their little groups, not back to their groups. They didn't just split it back up to their own.
Yeah, they
made them. It's like no, this is we're breaking down barriers. Like at high school, they
you got to make
first
friends.
class. Everybody change all your seats now. I had a teacher do that back in high school. Everybody change now. We're like, what? But Unso was basically, hanging out, taking care of it and stuff like that. And then a moth got loose or came in, which I was kind of surprised there weren't more. It was night. And Unso stood up and grabbed, and everyone's like, "Yeah, you warriors!" Like, no, I do this all the time. So.
Every group needs their bug getter in their household. We saw recently in a treasure video.
Oh my god!
They had a moth come into their apartment, and none of them want to get it.
What is it? This is why idols, they're all frightened of, because they don't ever let them outside. Let them outside and see.
Don't say that.
And see. Well, I'm serious. They're always practicing work. Let them outside at night, see scary bugs. Because every idol group I've ever seen is scared of bugs. Every group acting like it's the first time they've seen fire during the barbecue session.
They all had their phones out, like filming the guy cooking, and he's like smiling. You can tell he's like, yeah, I'm cool. And they're like, whoa.
Well, Unji was from Brave Girls, was that kept thumbs up, and he kept eating the meat, thumbs up, thumbs up. Heejin being an adorable pyromaniac. I'm so jealous of that barbecue guy. I have no words. I agree. It's probably for someone like him. He probably does that all the time. They're like that's who they use, you know.
Yeah.
Diane was a party host in her past life.
No, I think she's a party host in this life.
Yeah.
She was like such a good hostess.
Well, there's a moment where she runs up, and I think you're talking about the next part where WGSN is trying to hang the poster, and Diane runs up and she says, "Hey, blah, blah." And I looked at Leela. I said, "That's from Chikome. That's her." And they played it in the show, the little moment Chikome.
Yeah,
where
we
she
saw it in
screams.
the preview where she had run up. And you had mentioned, oh God, it just reminds you of that intro.
Yeah, I don't know what she was saying.
But then
I can't
in the
remember.
actual episode, they actually put that reference in there. It was really funny.
Yeah, and then so what Diane was doing was running up to WJSN, 2 members of WJSN. No, actually, it was Brave Girls.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Around.
She was running up to Brave Girls, 2 Brave Girls members. They hang up a poster, and so like dorks, they jump on each other's backs, which means that the girl on the lower bottom will lean forward, so they're not any higher than normal. So it's like, this is not, you stand on the shoulders, you don't jump on the back. It was the dumbest thing. And then what was funny is Diane was like, hey, because what's her name was like, oh, and she was like, hey. And the other girl's like, oh, she's so light on my back. And it was just funny moment, you know.
And then, I forget the Brave Girls member was like, there's chairs right over there, you guys. Use your hands.
Stop being a dork. Luna maybe planning to kidnap Yoonha when deciding the vocal round. I'm not quite sure what that's referencing to, and I can't remember when they're talking about who they're gonna use. I'm trying to remember that. I'll have to go back and watch it again. But yeah, I mean, Yuna's of course the most adorable creature in the world, but then you combine her with these other cute people, and it's just so much. It's just like a brain overload. Luna and Kepler trading gifts. Yeah. This was a bit sus, but okay.
Did they show the gifts in the episode, or was that in a clip?
They did.
But they didn't show everybody's gifts.
Okay, so I'm not saying it was fabricated or anything.
They brought 2 gifts.
But Luna happened to bring 2 gifts. Now, that could have been good to cover whoever, because they were the biggest group. Nobody else sent more than 2?
Right.
Maybe? No, I think, no. Yeah. WGSN sent 3, right? So either way, this might be it, though. Because the host guy in the beginning, when he says, now you're going to pick your people, I would suggest bringing in a gift and also have in mind who you want. So that might have been why they wanted Kepler. Okay, so so they give Kepler the really squishy looking house shoes. It looked like balloons. It was really cool. Yeah. And then Kepler made cookies, and actually you can see Kepler making the cookies. I think Bai is a chef, or she's being a cook.
She made the cookies.
I'm glad that the rest of the groups drew on the units for dinner.
Me too.
I wanted to see more of the non-singing, non-dance groups cooking and hanging out more, because in the first Queendom there's a bit more of that. I could watch that stuff for all day. I don't want to get back to the grind of voting and making people cry and stuff, but it was really, really cute. And if you go read Time for Midnight's post in the comments, there's a whole bunch of silly.
Yeah, because it was a good thread.
You know, people on subreddits, on Discords, on Twitter get into these fights and stuff about their faves and stuff, and you just have to remember that you can just ignore those people. Just go post something positive, keep it positive, and you'll get back positive. And that's just ignore the bad stuff. But I was happy to see this. I think actually, if there's a little award there, that little silver award, it's from me. So that's all I had at the time. I get 500 coins a month. I think it is part of my subscription, and I always give it away in awards. And all I had left was the silver award. And I was like, oh, you get a silver award. But anyway, great discussion there.
Good discussion.
I'll post probably a question for the next one.
Welcome to the Wholesome Dough.
Yeah, it was very cool. Thank you, Time for Midnight.
That's it for today's episode. We'll be back next Saturday with more and those performances and lots more to discuss. So, anything else before we go?
No, I don't think so.
Leave a comment of what your favorite Wholesome moment was.
Yeah, it's tons of them.
Look forward to hearing from you. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good one.